Welcome to Psychic Bent. My name is Carrie.
And I'm Kim. We are two sisters wanting to help other psychics learn and grow in their abilities and to help educate about spirits, angels, and everything psychic.
Welcome back, everyone. Now, I do have to say that Kim and I were discussing this before the podcast. I was Googling psychic types and kept getting Pokemon. I didn't understand why, because I don't do anything with Pokemon. And so Kim Googled it, and she was getting Pokemon too. So I thought that was funny. Unrelated side note.
That was funny. Exactly.
So once we got past the Pokemon part of the research, I did come up with 37 psychic abilities and powers. Some of these I've never heard of before, so it was interesting. I'm going to share what I found, if you're okay with that, Kim.
Yeah, sure. I'm sure there's some there, quite a few there that I haven't heard of, so.
Yes. So the different type of abilities, because we're not going to talk about Pokemon, we're going to go down this route. Number one was animal telepathy, which we've gone over before, which is possessing the remarkable gift to connect mentally with animals. Animal telepathy is not just a psychic ability, it's a bridge of empathy and understanding between humans and the animal kingdom. Through this power, you can perceive the thoughts and emotions of animals, establishing a profound bond, transcends species barriers. To me, so, we went over animal empath, where you can feel things, but this is more of the animal telepathy, where you're actually talking to the animal through your mind and their mind, which is interesting.
Yeah, that is interesting. I think we do that all the time anyway.
I think so too. I think this falls into that what we talked about last week on Tula Psychics, that you're doing things in a day-to-day life that you don't realize you're psychically doing them. And I think you're right. Animal telepathy is definitely one of those.
Yeah, exactly.
Because those that have pets that are indoor pets, I'm not talking about someone who has a dog outside that never comes in, because that's a different relationship. But if you have an animal that's with you inside, you take care of them, you feed them, they love you, you love them, you have a bond. And so I think that you actually do more animal telepathy than you realize, beyond the empath aspect of it.
Right.
That's just my thoughts.
Yes. Agreed. Yeah.
Number 2, astral projection or mental projection. And this extraordinary ability involves the mind's power to travel beyond the physical body. And we've talked about astro dreaming. Astral projection is like unlocking a secret door inside oneself, leading to incredible journeys across different realms or dimensions. It's a testament of boundless nature of the human spirit, offering a glimpse into the mysteries of existence and potentials that lie within our consciousness. That was very poetically done.
Yeah.
But we both have talked about how we have done astral travel.
Yes.
In our dreams. Mm-hmm. So I'm a firm believer in that. I do think it's a real thing.
Yes, I do too.
Atmokinesis, which is Atmokinesis, because I'm not sure I'm saying it correctly. It holds the awe-inspiring ability to influence weather patterns. This remarkable power reflects a deep connection with the natural world, allowing one to call upon the elements, then summon rain or clearing skies to symbolize a harmonious balance with Earth's rhythm and understanding of nature's delicate dance. I thought that was interesting.
That is interesting. Very interesting. I've not heard of that before.
Well, I think that if you are I guess you could call it a child of nature, if one of your life paths is to follow into certain religions that are very in tune with the earth and the weather and things like that, I think that's something that you would do.
Right.
And influence weather patterns and that. Yeah. Because, everybody's got different skills and can do different things. And I think that definitely is something that is done. Not done by me, but because I wouldn't know where to start. But I think that's, a very interesting ability.
Well, and as the earth empath, that would be something you could develop into with your earth empath.
Absolutely.
Abilities.
Yes, I think that would be something you'd be very into. You'd probably do it without realizing it.
Right, exactly.
But remember the childhood rhyme, rain, rain, go away, come back another day?
Yes. That's what first popped into my head.
Mine too. I'm like, oh, that's what this is. Okay. Because we have a lot of nursery rhymes that started out as something totally different. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, that's definitely one of those.
Yeah.
And number 4, aura readings, which we've spoken about before, where you can see the energy field that surround people and animals and objects. It's like having a little window to someone's soul, revealing emotions, thoughts, and spiritual well-being. It's a tool that your people who have a strong empath who is very well grounded, and they understand, they could see the layers, and we've talked about that in previous episodes, that empaths are very good at aura readings, and that's something you can develop. It's not something you're born with. You could develop that technique.
Right.
And number 5 is one of my favorite, automatic writings, and that's basically channeling wisdom from the higher realms or the subconscious mind through simple active writing. They're basically a conduit for messages that are coming through that offer guidance, creativity, or insight. It's worked best for me on getting certain messages that came through. So I really do like that. I do recommend, you try it. You got to do it a couple times before really you get your confidence in the information you're getting. But I definitely recommend that one.
Yeah. I could see people disregarding what they get, because I would.
Yeah.
Not having confidence
Well,
and faith and assurance that what I'm getting is truly what I'm getting and not
right,
ego.
Right. And you feel a little, the first couple times you do it, you're very self-conscious.
You feel a little ridiculous. Let's just
Yeah.
put it out there. You feel foolish, I guess.
Yeah.
And you got to
but
get
if you
over
really,
that.
but if you seriously meditate and really open to it and stuff, like when I got Metatron, that was a turning point for me, because it really, like, I didn't even know who Metatron was. Never heard the word Metatron. I was kind of like, what the heck?
Right.
And then when I found out that was an archangel, and then it was like, it blew my mind. That's where my automatic writing took a turning point.
Mm-hmm.
I was given something that there's no way I could have known, and it, Metatron, helping you. And it was just kind of like, what? So I thought that was, that was my turning point with it. Everybody gets a different turning point in any of their abilities, but that's what did it for me on the automatic writing.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I thought number 6 was very interesting, and I've never heard of the term before, bilocation. Now, bilocation is the ability to be present in 2 places at once. Could you imagine?
Interesting.
Yeah, this defies the conventional understanding of space and time, symbolizing limitless potential of human consciousness. This gift offers a glimpse into extraordinary capabilities that lie dormant within us. So evidently everybody has this ability. I wouldn't even know how to begin to develop it by location. And I don't know if that's in the dream state. I'm gonna have to look into this one a little bit more, because I thought it was kind of interesting. But I didn't have time I didn't have time today to do that, to go down that rabbit hole.
Yeah.
Yes. And of course,
yeah, that's definitely intriguing.
It is intriguing. And like I said, it needs a little more research.
It almost makes you wonder, is this the doppelganger thing?
Oh, yeah. Hadn't thought of that. It's interesting. And I just feel like you need to be in the dream state or a meditative state. Because, I had that one person invade my dream. That when I was talking about, Mom and the bear and the mountain lion, this man showed up. So
yes.
That, I think, could possibly be this. I'm not sure, but I would think he had to be in a trance or, some sort of meditative with the intent to do this.
Could be.
So I'm wondering, I don't know if you could be awake and in 2 places at one time. I'm not sure about that. I'm trying to left brain this. I'm not good at it, but I'm trying to.
Don't go there. Don't go there. You won't go back. So
don't go there. Okay.
Yeah, you won't go back.
Good. Okay, Darth Vader, just go. Luke, I'm your father. Yeah, don't go towards the darkness. Go to the light. Okay, got it.
Yeah.
Okay.
You'll stay there. So don't go. All right.
Okay. Yeah. So number 7, channeling. Now, channeling is a scary word when you have a lot of fear factor. When you're first starting out, you because Hollywood and TV have made channeling look really creepy and bizarre. But it's a powerful means of communicating with your higher being, spirits, and universal consciousness. You basically are having a direct line to a vast unseen world of knowledge and wisdom. You can have a deeper spiritual connection that can bring forth messages and guidance from beyond the physical realm, which means you could have someone channeling that you're talking to. You can be channeling with your spirit guides. It could be, your higher self. Channeling is a term that covers a lot, I think.
Yeah, I could see that.
And I think if you're going to start in channeling, you really, really need to, before you do the channeling, do some good psychic development. Be grounded, be comfortable with your clairs, really work your learning how to do psychic protection and practice psychic protection and do the meditation, because you can't channel without meditating. And you really need to develop your psychic skills before you dive into channeling, because you really have to know how to protect yourself.
And you have to be able to release all that, to let it go, to disconnect, to after the
Yes.
channeling.
And we're going to dive into a couple of the clairs. Number 8, we're going to go into clairalience, which we have spoken about, which is the perceived smells not present in the physical environment. It's a sensory journey into memories, emotions, and sometimes unseen dangers or hidden truths. This gift taps into the profound power of scent and can evoke deep emotions and unlock forgotten memories, give you guidance and understanding. Then we have clairaudience, which, of course, as you remember, is the ability to hear sounds or voices beyond the normal perception. It's akin to having an internal radio tuned into frequencies that your typical ear cannot normally hear. And this helps you with guidance, warnings, and insights from the spiritual world realm, offering a deeper understanding of the world and the place it's in. Clairvoyance is number 10, is a power to see beyond the physical eye, to witness events, objects, or people not present in the immediate environment. It's like a third eye that glimpses into future, past, and across great distances. This ability offers a broader perspective of the world, breaking the boundaries of time and space. That made it sound a little exciting, didn't it?
Yes, it did.
Not when you're getting these random pictures, you're like, what the heck was that about?
They do make you wonder.
That's more what I get. What the heck does that mean? Yes, they do.
Yep.
Yes. Now we have clairsentience, which was the physical sense, experiencing motions and energies of others, places, or objects. This is, of course, an empath connection to the world. It gives you insights into unspoken truths to lie beneath the surface. This is funny because, I was getting this profound feeling of crying. And so I got both sisters on the same text message. Y'all okay? I got this. And, we were discussing different aspects, and well, maybe it's really your emotion, but you don't realize it because, it's of a personal nature and you haven't worked through stuff. And we were like working, because no one was admitting that they were having an issue. So it's like, well, where are you coming from then? So it was like, so then you had to figure it out, like, well, okay, well, I'm picking up from the top 2 that I normally would pick it up from. So,
Yeah.
So it's clairsentience. It's always a fun one to
Yeah.
try to figure out, is this mine or is this somebody else's?
Yeah, that is a fun one.
Cryokinesis is the power to manipulate ice and cold, the ability to coax frost from the air, or to chill objects with mere thought. This gift is a mastery over elemental forces, symbolizing deep resonance with and more subtle overlooking powers of nature. It just sounds like a superhero to me. I don't know.
Yeah, superhero.
Yeah, cryokinesis. That's an interesting one. Number 13 is curse, which is the ability to cast and curse. Is a solemn and potent power. It's a reminder of the profound impact of intentions and energies that can have an effect on the world and others. This ability is steeped in responsibility, and it cautions us about the consequences of wielding such potential forces. So if you do dabble in it, you do have to understand that there's responsibility that goes with curses, and that if that's your path, that you need to have the great understanding of the consequences of, because everything has karma to it, good or bad. That's something that I've never delved into, but that doesn't mean other people haven't. Obviously, it's something a lot of people do, but you do need to have that responsibility.
Yeah,
and keep
definitely.
that in mind.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay. Divination. Divination is the art of gaining insight into the unknown. We just talked about divining in our Toolbox series. It's using various tools and techniques You bridge between the seen and unseen world, offering glimpses into the mysterious of the future and the secrets of the past. It basically, I just think divination is a wonderful tool, to help give you confidence and to help you on your path.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
Now, this one is ergokinesis. Now, ergokinesis is a remarkable ability to manipulate energy itself. It's the embodiment of principle that everything is interconnected through energy. This power enables one to shape and direct these flows, symbolizing a deep alignment of the fundamental forces of the universe.
But what would you use it for? That's my question, so I think I would have to research it.
Well, I kind of interpret it as a form of, as what Reiki is taking energy and channeling it through to someone to help heal them. So basically you're taking energy that travels through you, the Reiki master, into someone who's getting energy healing. So I kind of took it as that's part of what our ergokinesis is.
Oh, okay. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Hydrokinesis is the ability to control and manipulate water. So that one I thought was really interesting because, it's shaping waves, drawing moisture from the air. Now, this is something that if this is something you do, you have a great connection with the element of water, symbolizing fluidity, adaptability, and depths of emotional understanding. Again, this is another one I've never heard of, but I thought it was very interesting.
Yeah, I agree.
Now, this is number 17 is illusions, and that's the power to create illusion. Is you have limited creativity, I would think, of the human mind if you're able to do this. It's the art of crafting perception, shaping realities that exist in the viewer's mind. This ability highlights the subjective nature of reality and the power of perspective. And, narcissists came to mind on this one. I'm like, is that what they're doing? Do they have the power of illusion, and that's how they get some sort of mind control? I don't know.
Yeah, yeah, that one's interesting. Yeah, kind of a little scary though.
Yes. Now, anidia and breatharianism is the ability to live without food or water. So the human body and spirit is resilient adaptability. It challenges the conventional understanding of physical needs and signifies a transcendental relationship with energy of the universe. That's an interesting one too.
Yeah, yeah.
Number 19 is invisibility. Invisibility is not just the ability to become unseen. It's a symbol of moving through the world in a state of profound freedom and discretion. This power speaks to the world for privacy and the ability to observe unencumbered, providing unique perspectives on the world. What's really funny about this one is I sometimes at work, I don't want to be seen today. Let me be invisible today. And, because, I don't want interaction. I want to just, I'm not in a good place. I need to work on getting my vibration up. And so when I read this, I'm like going, okay. Like, I do that sometimes at work. Say, I don't want to be seen today. I don't want to be visible. And now I'm wondering, am I visible?
Well, you're not alone. I've had that happen to me at restaurants and whatnot. We'll be at a table full of people, and they literally skip over me.
But are you trying to be invisible?
Well, no. I don't try to be invisible, but there are times whenever I think I am. I may even say things to people, and they don't even. It's like they don't even see me there. They don't hear me. It's really weird. Maybe I've done this.
Well, you really shut down in public, and you not only, I think you really, depending on how busy the place is or how many people are around you, I think that bubble gets really, really big and tight, and you may be making yourself invisible without realizing. I mean, people see you that you're with, but that you're not. Because I'm not saying I'm walking around at work and people can't see me. I'm walking around because I don't want them to encounter me. I don't want them to see me. I don't want them to, so I think I'm putting off the vibe that ignore me. don't look at me,
Yeah.
So you could be giving off an invisibility vibe.
Yeah, could be.
So now when that happens at a restaurant, try to reverse it and be visible.
Yeah,
and see how that works.
That in a restaurant hasn't happened in a bit, but yeah, I will work on seeing if I can reverse it if it does happen. See what goes on.
Yeah. But, since you've been working on your psychic abilities, you haven't shut down as much as you used to. So that might be why it hasn't happened lately as much as it used to.
Yeah, could be.
Levitation or transvection. Levitation is where the human aspires to rise above, both physically and spiritually. It's the ability to defy gravity, to float or fly. You just basically defy earthly constraints and get to higher potentials. This is pretty interesting. Everybody's heard of levitation before. I've not tried it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-mm.
I know you haven't tried
neither.
it. I know that. I know you haven't tried it. Yeah. Materialization is 21, and that is the extraordinary ability to bring objects or entities into physical existence. It's a manifestation of power of thought, turning the intangible into tangible. This gift symbolizes the creative potential within us all to bring forth and actualize our deepest desires and intentions. I wonder if that's part of intention, materialization. It's an interesting one.
Or part of manifestation.
Yes. Yes. That could be, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's interesting, isn't it, to think of it as a different way.
Yeah, definitely.
And then we're going to go into mediumship, which is the profound ability to communicate with spirits and entities from other realms. And remember, just because you're a psychic doesn't mean you're a medium, but if you're a medium, you are a psychic. The power serves as a bridge between the physical and spiritual worlds, offering comfort, closure, and understanding. It's a gift that underscores the eternal nature of our soul and the interconnectedness of all beings.
Excellent.
Now we have mind control. It just sounds so dramatic. Number 23, mind control, is the ability to influence and direct the thoughts and actions of others. This power speaks to the immense potential of the human mind and the responsibility that comes with such influence. It's a reminder of the ethical considerations and the respect for free will that must accompany this gift. So if this is a gift that you have mind control, that's a very good, we talked about ethics earlier, use ethics with this one because, there is free will. So that's something you need to be very, very cautious with if that is something that you do have a gift. And I think some of these gifts people have, they don't know they have.
Yeah, I would agree with that. Yeah, definitely.
Because maybe it's not been brought up, or they're doing it without realizing they're doing it.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Now, number 24, petrification. This is interesting. Petrification, the power to turn objects or beings into stone, symbolizes the ability to cause profound and lasting change. This ability represents the potential of our intentions and actions to leave a permanent impact on the world around us. Turning something to stone. That's interesting.
Yeah.
Now, number 25 is, I'm going to say this wrong, phytokinesis. And that's the ability to communicate and influence plant life, which again, the plant empath would go with this as well. It's a deep connection with the earth and the flora, reflecting a harmony with nature and understanding of the intricate web of life. Basically, you're a nurturing spirit with the growth potential to inherit all living things. So that's interesting.
Yeah, right.
Then there's prophecy. Prophecy is all-inspiring gift to foresee events that before they occur. It's a window into the potential future, offering guidance and warnings. This power signifies a deep connection to the cosmic flow of time and the responsibility to us with knowledge wisely. And that's a precognizant, I think, is also what we would call with prophecy, would you not?
Yeah, I agree with that. That would be a difficult one to have, I think.
Yes.
Because it's not all positive. It's also negative disasters and whatnot, too,
right.
Mm-hmm.
Then we have number 27. They call it psychic empathy, which, of course, we've talked about psychic empathy before in our empath series. But you have the ability to deeply feel and understand the emotions of others. And it transcends mere sympathy, offering a profound, intuitive connection that fosters understanding, compassion, and healing. And I've seen articles on this particular next one, psychic surgery.
Oh.
I've never studied it, but, back in the 80s, I think it was the 80s, you can correct me if I'm wrong, but you used to see a lot of this pop-up psychic surgery. And it's the ability to heal using only the power of the mind. It demonstrates the demonstration of the incredible potential of focused intention and energy to bring about physical change.
Okay. Yeah. That was in the 80s.
Pyrokinesis is a captivating ability to control and manipulate fire. It symbolizes transformation, energy, and passion. This power speaks to the human ability to ignite change, to harness our inner fire, and to direct our energy with intention and purpose.
Interesting.
Then we have shape shifting or transformation, and that's the ability to alter one's physical form. It's a symbol of adaptability, the capacity to navigate different realms and perspectives. This power reflects a fluid nature of identity and the boundless potential within us to reinvent ourselves and our circumstances.
I've not done shape shifting.
No. Okay, number 31 was spiritual healing, which involves channeling universe energy to heal. This sounds more like Reiki to me. I might be wrong on the other one, or it's a combination of both, where you basically heal not just the body, but the mind and spirit. It's the ability to signify deep connection with the cosmic life force. Yes, this is Reiki. And embodying and compassion, empathy, and profound power of love to transform and heal. So that one resonates more Reiki to me. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Number 32, they have spiritual psychic visions. So this one is like you were glimpsed into the deeper reality, offering profound insights and guidance. This gift goes beyond mere sight, providing a connection to the spiritual realm that can illuminate paths, reveal truths, and offer clarity. This one is basically the mind's power to transcend the physical world and explore the mysteries of the universe, where clairvoyance is you're getting pictures, you're getting movies, you're getting that kind of information. This is basically talking about seeing beyond.
Okay.
So you're seeing a deeper reality. So that's why this one's a little bit different than clairvoyance.
Interesting.
Now, number 33, you have practiced before. Telekinesis or psychokinesis. Telekinesis represents the incredible ability to move objects with the mind. It's a symbol of untapped potential of human thought and focus. This power reflects the capability to influence the physical world through mental strength and concentration, challenging our understanding of the boundaries between mind and matter.
Yep. Tried it.
Yep. And you got that pencil to move.
Yep.
And we're getting close to the end. Yay! Okay. So teleportation is the ability to travel instantly to different locations. It embodies freedom and transcends a physical limitation. This power speaks to the human desire to explore, to overcome barriers, and to experience the world in its entirety, unhindered by physical constraints.
That would be neat to do.
That would be. Now, this one I've never, of course, there's quite a few I've never heard before, but thoughtography. And I probably said that wrong. Thoughtography is the unique ability to imprint thoughts or images onto physical mediums. It's a bridge between the mind and the material world, showcasing the profound impact our thoughts can have on reality. This ability is the power of intention and the tangible effect of our mental focus. So that's about intentions. Never, but I've not heard it called thoughtography. I can't even say it the second time, so never mind. Never thought about it that way.
You never thought
How
about
about that?
never thought about thoughtography that way?
I never thought it did. Never thunk
Never
it.
thunk it. There you go.
Never thunk it. Number 36 is time travel. It's the ability to traverse different periods of time. It's a journey beyond present, offering perspective from the past and possibilities of future. This power symbolizes the human quest for knowledge and understanding and the timeless nature of our existence.
Yeah, we all want to do that, but
Well, I don't know. Don't you think past life regression could be a part of time travel?
I guess it could be.
Or is that just all in your mind? You type travel.
I don't know. I mean, I guess it could be, but I thought that was more of your memories, your mind, your spirit.
Yeah.
This time travel I'm taking as your physically body and soul going back or for. You know what I'm saying? That's how I interpret it, but
Right.
I don't know.
Well, and that's something you could also do in your meditative state, I think. Do travel. I don't know. There's so much we don't know.
Right, exactly.
Yeah. And the number 37 is xenoglossy. And I'm again sure I've said that wrong. And that's the ability to speak or write languages that have not been consciously learned is a marvel of the human mind. It represents the deep connection we share with each other across cultures and time. This ability sounds very interesting because you're able to speak and write languages you don't know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, very interesting.
Yeah, I thought that was really interesting. So that was just basically, the top 37. There's so much. You can go down this rabbit hole of different, like precognition, dream therapy. We've gone into dowsing. There's just limitless things that we don't know about
Mm-hmm.
that pertain to psychic abilities.
Right, right.
This is really interesting.
Very interesting.
Now, usually when you ask someone about psychic abilities, you get the top clairs, clairvoyance, clairsentient, clairaudience, claircognizant. I mean, those are the things that you really get off the top,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Right.
But, and then you have your empaths, which are also psychic abilities, and they coexist with your clairs. Your empath abilities are what you have innately. You can develop your clairs to be stronger and to build on those muscles and that. I just thought it was really funny. But it's hard to put a label on what different types of psychics there are because you have your clairs, you have your empaths working together in different ways. I just find it was really hard to come up with, different types.
Right, yeah.
You have those that just, do use your intuition.
Mm-hmm.
And you have your psychic mediums, which is something totally different.
Right.
I just thought it was really interesting that, unless we wanted to go down some sort of Pokemon rabbit hole.
No, we could stay out of that.
It was really kind of, yeah. So I just thought it was kind of interesting because, we didn't delve into ESP. We didn't, there's just so much.
Mm-hmm.
That you can go down that rabbit hole and do. And of course, we are limited on time. But I just thought it was interesting. Do you have anything you want to add to that, Kim?
No, I found it interesting as well. It was so many different things. I may just have to jump down a rabbit hole in. So,
Yes. Yeah. So I thought it was really interesting. And if any of those resonated with you, feel free to do that research on it. Or if you have something you want us to research and bring up to an episode, just let us know. I did receive from one of the listeners where this particular listener has found that with her abilities that when she's angry, she's able to put off energy that's not normal for her that makes people take a step back.
oh, yes. Yes. Good.
And I think that's something we all do,
Mm-hmm.
and we all had done things like that in the past where you've gotten angry. And it's funny, she doesn't anger easily. I don't anger easily, but we were, as we were having the conversation going back and forth, that I've had situations where that I think it might be a good episode for us to get into because I think it's more common than what we're aware. But I mean, I shared with her, I had a situation in a previous work experience where, it was just employee just would yell at you and yell at you and yell at you. It didn't matter that, you were their boss. They just keep yelling at you. And I'd had enough. And I remember looking up at her and I just said, sit down and shut up. And she sat down, but the look on her face, I think I might have mentally pushed her.
Oh, wow.
Because she sat down with such a force and she looked at me startled, and I was sitting at my desk.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, that could be a part of what some of the things we just went over is the ability to move things.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
But she never did it again after that day. So it was really nice to me after that. And I never laid a physical hand on her. I was sitting at my desk and it was just, I had enough, and so this listener brought this subject up and because she said that she had a situation where, she had just had enough. And she turned around and just, she said, it's not like she was screaming or yelling because she's not a yeller.
Mm-hmm.
But it was enough. And that the person took a step back. And so we were talking about, the energy that you put off
Mm-hmm.
and how that affects. And so she thought that would be a great episode. And I hadn't had a chance to talk to you about it, Kim. I just forgot I was supposed to bring it up, that we might want to check into
Yeah.
and do a series on, or not a series, but an episode on, is that what happens when you have these abilities. And because I know you're the same way, Kim. You're the same way as this listener. We don't get angry easy,
Right.
but when we're there, we're there.
Yeah. Definitely. Watch out.
And yes, and I think if we were to just kind of go back and reflect and come up with ideas for this particular episode, we could probably come up with examples.
Yeah, I think so.
I'd like to work that one in if you don't mind.
Yeah.
We have a lot of great things that we're trying to put into the works for the listeners. Our sister was overseas for a while and she is home. So we are going to do an episode with her, the psychic medium, which I think she could give us a great perspective because she has abilities that are beyond ours.
Right.
And I think might be really enjoyable for the listeners. We're also working on an episode where we're going to have a psychic kid, my niece, Kim's daughter, on the show, where we get her perspective of first growing up as a psychic child, but not having the constraints of you didn't see that kind of growing up.
Right.
That recognizing that your mom has the same stuff going on with her and what her path has been like. So we're hoping to have that coming up probably in the next few weeks, if not a little longer. She is very active and she puts on
Musicals.
plays and such,
Yeah.
musicals. So we have to wait for her musicals to finish performing and stuff for her too, because she directs them, and then we'll have her on. And then I'm hoping, hint to Christy, my apothecary, that we can have her come on and talk about what she does.
Yes, that will be fascinating.
Yeah, so it was nice to hear from a listener. Yay. Thank you for reaching out. And I think that was an interesting one too, because it's like when she talked about it, I'm like, oh, I think I've done something like that once. And at that point of my development, I had no development. So I was probably very open and very not grounded.
Mm-hmm.
So in my own experience with dealing with anger, but we all have anger, and it's like we're not angry all the time. But most of the people I know that do meditation and do the work, we're not usually angry people.
Right.
But it doesn't mean that someone can't continue to push a button until you've had enough.
I was gonna say
we're human.
Those button pushings, though, man.
Yes. Yeah. So I think that might be a really good episode, and so thank you, listener, for suggesting it. I think that could be a very interesting aspect and something that, we can have some good conversation over.
I agree. Sounds good.
Okay.
All right.
Anything else you'd like to share, Kim?
No, I was just going to say we can be reached at psychicbent1@gmail.com and on Facebook at Psychic Bent Podcast.
Yes. All right, listeners, thank you for listening. Please reach out to us if you have any questions, and I hope that this episode was very helpful for you. Bye.
Bye. May your light shine bright.
Thank you so much for listening to our podcast, Psychic Bent. If you enjoyed Psychic Bent, please like, follow, rate, review, and subscribe wherever you listen to Psychic Bent. We can be reached on Facebook at Psychic Bent Podcast. Our email address is psychicbent1@gmail.com. May your light shine bright.